Everyone, it's me, Luis. Today we're going to go over some of the new features that you can use with your unlocked HoloLens 2. So let's go ahead and start with our start menu. You want to put your hand out. You'll have a Microsoft symbol here, and you'll tap with your other hand. And then now you can see we have our main menu here. We can access these three dots to either shut down or restart a device. After you hit either option, you have one more chance to accept or deny that request. On our main menu, we're going to be using mostly our HoloAnatomy apps, our settings, and our photos application. So let's go to settings. We also have this tips app here that will help you with some of the hand gestures and some of the functions you can use, some of the voice functions, some of the eye tracking commands, right? So with our start menu, let's make it bigger, tapping both sides of the screen and moving our hands away. We're going to be using a lot of the system and our setting functions here. So for system, if we feel like our lens is shaking more than it should, I want us to recalibrate. So you're going to go to system, go on the left side for calibration, and then you're going to run this eye calibration. So I'm going to quickly do it just to show you what that looks like. When you first press it, give it a moment. It might take a little bit more than usual to load up and start that calibration test. We can also change our power and sleep settings. So if you want your device to run for more than 30 minutes or for shorter, for a longer battery life, you can do that. You can optimize your battery life as well. You can delete some apps through your storage. I have this setting set so that everyone's holograms removes after a shutdown. So let's go ahead and see if our eye calibration is going to run for us. It might take a couple of tries for it to finally run. If you have some issues with color blindness, we can also select a different palette for you. So let's see if it's going to work. It might load after we start doing other things. So the update security setting is what we're going to use to make sure our device is up to date. So what I want you to do is, if let's say I've been notified that Microsoft has a new OS update for your HoloLens 2. You're just going to go here and you're going to check for updates. What will happen is it'll say error, or it'll start downloading. It'll go from 0 to 100 when it downloads, or it'll go, and then it'll go from 0 to 100 saying installing. So you're not done. If it just says 100% downloading, you want to wait until it says 100% installing, and then after it goes through those two steps of downloading, installing, then you're going to wait for it to say restart now. So it'll ask for a restart once your update is fully installed and ready to go. And then you can check it again just to make sure you're set. But here, what happens is sometimes it has trouble connecting to the internet, and what I like to do is I'll open up the Microsoft Store and I'll start to retry the update. And sometimes this will help. If having these two up at the same time doesn't work, well, then what I'll do next is I'll actually start downloading an application just so that it knows that that updates are allowed, right? So checking for updates here. Let me see if I can download an application at the same time, and that might help. Besides that, we just either connect it to a USB port, an Ethernet to USB-C port, and that starts it much more quicker. But see, just by opening up the Microsoft Store, it began to update our device. So what it'll do is it'll download to 100, then install to 100, and then it'll ask for the restart. Right now, we should all be on the 23H2 update as of now. So we went over how to update our device, how to recalibrate our device. If it's still not running the calibration test, I just recommend closing everything and restarting your device, right? So this is pretty much what you'll need to know now that you have all functions with your HoloLens 2. I recommend going to the Tips app every once in a while to see if you can practice your hand gestures and your movement with this new space. The Photos app, this is where you'll access all of your images. So by saying take a picture or by saying take a video, you can allow your lens to take those images or videos for you. But this is where everything will be stored. It'll be stored in this gallery. You can share. You can select which ones you wish to share if you want to share multiple. If you have a Windows device, like a Windows laptop, you'll be able to use the nearby share option, which allows you to kind of airdrop those images in a way. If you have a Mac device, what you'll have to do is either email them to you, or I would just recommend to sign into your OneDrive on your HoloLens 2, and then your photos will sync in that manner. So that's what I recommend. There's share buttons right here. This allows you to share your images to other devices. So I have a video on that separately, but here we're just going to go over kind of the new features you can access. And HoloAnatomy is here. HoloAnatomy Neuro is this app here with the kind of brain up. So here we have our picture or video button. So this is pretty much all you need to know for now. This all app section allows you to see and view all your applications that you've downloaded. When we want to pin something, what we'll have to do is hold on to an application. Once you have it held, then you'll pin, and you'll see it in your kind of main menu view. And then when you do it again on this side, you can unpin those applications. I recommend to be very careful with this, and you don't want to uninstall any applications. If you do install HoloAnatomy or HoloAnatomy Neuro, please let me know so I can reinstall those on your device. But here we have everything from the time to the battery life, pretty much all you'll need. So I hope this answers your question. It gives you a brief introduction on what you'll be using for this next semester.